Yo, yo, yo. Got that one viewer. What's up? Trying to see if anybody else wants to drop in. We can talk some from and take some questions. I'm really concerned, or I'm really curious to hear what the community has to say about their questions. Stick with me. Waiting on Clay to jump in. All right, and then there was two. What it do? What kind of questions do y'all have? While it's just the two, or three of us in here. Talking about ending of From season three, one, two, and one. Any questions? All right, Blue. We'll see you when you get back. No problem. Hey, Dana. Hey, thank you so much for joining. I can talk to you all day. What kind of questions do you have? I'm curious. What's on like after getting it all out, what kind of lingering questions do you have on your mind? Yeah, you're on the other side. We have flipped this bagel. I just made up my own saying. Yeah, I'm waiting on him. He's supposed to start it, but I hadn't heard from him, so I just went ahead and started it. So I'm waiting on him. Yeah, you're upside down. You're sideways, front, back, side to side. Uh, Okay. I'm learning this. This is my first time. Let me see. Is it okay if I give you a wrench? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll see you when you get back, or whenever you stop by. Oh, are you saying that you want to come on? I definitely let you on. I have to figure out how to do that. Wow. Okay, that'll be way easier for me. Let me see if I can do that. This is hard. This is way harder than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, invite. Okay. 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 There it goes. That'd be awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody that wants to join, I'm open to everybody. I want to just hear what's going on in people's mind, what's lingering after the discussion we just had. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. You have to. I I didn't want to put it in somebody's Discord. I wasn't sure if that was proper or not. You know what I mean? I didn't want to do the wrong thing. Let's see. We got one more in here. What up, new person? Yo, yo, yo.
Hey,
Hey.
how are you?
All right. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
I'm so glad that you joined me.
Yes, I saw you sent me the link.
Yeah. I wasn't sure where to post and stuff like that. I'm trying to figure it out. It's my first time.
Oh, okay. Well, when Dana gets here, I'm sure she can help you because I can help you.
Hey, Amy,
I
Cinnamon
am
Sweets.
one
Thank you for joining.
to click on things and press buttons, but I don't want you to blow up. So.
Uh, I think that happened once already,
Oh,
and
really?
yeah, this is the second coming. So
Oh my gosh, that was a hot live. That was good.
yeah, that was a great show.
There was a lot going on.
Yeah, but it was good to have everybody's thoughts and feelings,
Yeah.
and that's kind of one of what I want to do. Excuse me, excuse me.
Yep.
Ooh, that's kind of what I wanted to do right now is just kind of get that overflow of what was lingering after hearing all that. What kind of were you still thinking, and just throwing out some spitball theories. It doesn't have to
Right.
be backed up and researched. Now that all the leaks have been out, and you can kind of just you can kind of just think and theorize. It's fresh. So I just kind of
Yep.
wanted to know what people were thinking. All right. Well, Amy Cinnamon Sweets, what's on your mind after hearing that? Uh, was it 10 people panel? What's lingering with you?
So you were asking Amy. Um, hmm, I don't know if Amy's still here.
Let me check my.
Let me go back to this. See, put mine.
Okay, I think that's better. Okay, well, what game are we playing, Amy? Let's see.
I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna fix my avatar.
So now I do agree with that part. Let's see. I do agree with this, Amy. I think that there were uh, at least two things that I can think of that foreshadowed Jim's death within the last two episodes, and I'm sure there were more. Um, can you point any out? Oh, House Flipper. Okay, you in chill mode. You like playing games like the power washing game and stuff like that. You need to play some Farm Simulator. What about you, Delcina? Was there anything you can think of that foreshadowed Jim's death?
Um, nothing that stood out to me that foreshadowed it. But after we saw him die, it kind of made it kind of made sense. You know how when somebody might be suffering from a disease and they're sick, and all of a sudden they start getting better.
Yeah.
And they make this comeback, almost look like they heal, only for them to pass shortly after. That's what it put me in mindset of. And I can't help. I felt guilty actually when I watched it on the screen. I really felt bad. I was in between. I was twerking on the fence, if you will, because I spent a season and a half hating on him, and I watched him. I watched him recover, and I was like, oh, there's hope for him left, only for him to be lost. But the only foreshadow, and I didn't pick up on this foreshadowing, but his making amends, going back to different people, apologizing to them and everything, his whole spending time with Ethan and all that stuff, I guess was foreshadowing, but I didn't pick up on it. I really didn't pick up on it at the time, not until after.
Yeah, I could say like in the maybe in the last episode or two when he started acting different, I was like,
Hmm.
he's just acting weird, and I feel like they setting him up to go. I was thinking it was gonna be Tabitha, Jim, and Ellis or Elgin, and I was wrong about everybody except for one. But Jim, that was a brutal death.
It was. It was.
They he got that cow. He got the same killing that the cow got.
Yep, he did.
Straight
He
ripped it.
did.
It ripped his jugular.
Yeah, he's dead dead. And the irony is, I don't know how many times Julie, and we'll probably see next season how many attempts that Julie makes to go back and try to change things. Because I mean, she had plans when her and Ethan were talking in the diner. She was like, I'm going to go back. I'm going to send T and Chin. Maybe I could even, save our brother. And Ethan was like, "Nah, you can't change anything. You can go back and visit chapters of history, but you can't change them. Once the story's already told, it's told, so you can't change it." But she still makes this attempt, and I think she's going to continue to make the attempt because she feels like she can. But the one thing that I found strange about that, and I don't know whether this is a change, because when we first saw her time walk or story walk, and she was in the ruins, and Martin told her to throw the rope. But I guess she was supposed to. That's not necessarily a change. She was supposed to throw the rope because Martin sure couldn't throw the rope. I
So
don't
I
know.
do agree with that. It was so when I looked up, hold on, let me see if I can pull it up here because I actually looked it up earlier when me and Baby Clay were talking. Let's see. It was there it goes. Bootstrap theory. Paradox.
Mm,
This is a paradox explaining like one of the many theories about time, but it says that the bootstrap paradox is a kind of paradox in which information or a person or an object sent back in time creates an infinite loop where the person or object has no observable origin. So, like in other words, it basically behaves like it has no origin. It just creates itself. So it kind of like a situation like that in my mind.
Up, did we lose Delsenia?
Did we lose Destiny?
She's not. I don't see her up there no more. Just keep an
Okay,
eye
there
in
she
your
goes.
back room.
There
Yep.
she goes.
yeah.
Okay,
I
I'm
just want to
sorry.
say I had so much fun with you, Ray, tonight. I am so glad that you've come on panel with us. You have become our buddy, and I
Mhm.
hope you one day get your Tabitha Titties.
Oh yeah. My Nobunaga second season too. Hopefully we get a second season. Some Shogun.
Yes.
Um Firefly, Silo, Severance. You guys plan on watching that?
Yeah,
We watched
Okay.
it. Hello.
Okay.
we've
So
been
we got.
watching Silo. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Scarlett's the boss of all that stuff. I just do the D&D stuff. She run all the TV movie stuff.
So,
Mm-hmm.
have you read the books for Silo?
Yes.
Okay. See, I haven't read the books, so I'm fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't say much. I just sit there and let everybody else talk until they ask me a specific question, and then I'll answer something. But I don't spoil it for nobody.
So, let's see here. What about Severance? Have you gotten any Severance?
Yeah, we're actually going to be covering Severance with Real.
And one other show, and I feel like it actually may have something to do with stuff that's kind of going on in From. Have y'all seen Dark Matter on
Mm-mm.
Apple Plus?
I
No.
have tried to watch that show. It's an overseas show, right? It's the time travel show.
It's not overseas. No, 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 no. This one is it's
Oh, I'm thinking
American.
about Dark. I'm thinking about is that there's that show called Dark, right?
Yeah,
That
Dark
I think is the
Dark
time travel show.
Dark. If you can sit down and watch Dark from beginning to end, I think that would actually explain the time walking that's going on as far as the bootstrap theory. It explains that perfectly. But you have to watch it all the way through. But the show that I'm talking about, I believe is called Dark Matter. It's on Apple Plus, and that particular show is about um like quantum theory, like different realities and uh liminal position and stuff like that. You have to watch it and give it a chance, but it's pretty good too, but it's only a one season show.
Hmm.
Re- really good, just one season show though. Did we lose Delcinia again?
She might be popping in and out.
Okay, understand. Okay,
No,
she
this
said
was
she did.
fun. I had so much fun tonight with you guys. It was a blast.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, absolutely. I always have a good time talking to you guys. I always want to talk more from. That's why I wanted to try to get a live stream going.
Yeah, I'm like wide awake right now, so that's why I was just like, like,
Yeah,
let's go. You want an after party? Let's go. After party.
I'm ready to go. So, hey, let me. Did you hear my father Khatri theory?
No.
Okay, so let me drop that on you. We just spitballing. We just like I was telling Del Senior, we don't have to have it backed up by research and nothing. We just talking off the top of our head and just it talking to each other, and then we can help each other figure out what's right and wrong about each other's theories. You know what I mean?
Sure. Go for it.
But so what I was saying earlier that I didn't mention about the theory about how this kind of parallels lost. They have the flashbacks, flash forwards, flash sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then you got the three people that were chained up. Let's say that those three people have those three powers, or let's just say that there are three time walkers that can do those different things. There's a time walker that can flash back. There's a time walker that can flash forward. And there's a time walker that can flash sideways. Um, One thing that I noticed is since we have time walking into the story now, and another person could be a time walker, Father Khatri could have been one. When he was praying around those stones, he could have been time walking his consciousness to the future. And every time that we see Boy interact with Father Khatri, that's actually Father Khatri projecting his consciousness to the future to try to guide Boyd to do the right thing.
Oh, interesting. So you don't like not it's not an apparition, it's actually Father Kotri doing it.
Yeah, yeah. He figured out that when he sits down around those stones, let's just say that the place, the the ruins that Julie went into,
Hmm.
let's say let's call that like a place of power where she can use her powers to do that. Let's say
Like a
that,
catalyst.
yeah, okay. So let's call it a catalyst. So there's other catalysts, other places around the Fromville in that area where the stones are. Um, that's another catalyst, and he figured that out, and that's why he would sit down and like kind of you would see him like sit down and kind of commune and like pray and stuff in that circle. If you go back and watch it, but he figured that out, and he figured that he can project his consciousness or whatever to the future, or time walk to the future, and try to influence things.
Interesting. I never thought of it like that. So like he's like almost meditating and able. So would you say that all the apparitions we have seen are doing something like that, or just Father Kotri?
It's possible all of the apparitions are like that. I don't know. I don't know. I think some of them is straight trickery, but I think the Father Kotri one in particular is kind of odd because he even had this scene where he asked him straight up, like, "What are you?" Like he's like, I know some fuckery's going around. I know something is not right about you. What are you, basically? And he's like, I can't tell you that.
That's interesting.
He could have easily said, I'm a part of you. What do you mean? You know what I mean?" But he didn't say that. He said, I can't tell you.
That's interesting. I never thought of it like that before. Cause yeah, we do see him like meditating around those stones, and like those stones very much reminded me of almost like what Stonehenge. Like there was
Yeah,
something of like why did he pick those stones, or why were they arranged that way? Like were they another iteration of the bigger stones we saw that were painted in red?
right. And then Father Kotri was also another person that had um voices slash visions that told him to come to Fromville, just like Miranda. So he may be some type of reincarnation.
That could be. That could be. Because I still don't know what to make like of these apparitions that people kind of see. Like, are they real? Are they figments of these people's imaginations? Are they the entity? Like, what are they? But I like that take on it, that what if it's them themselves doing it? Because we know that Father Kotri heard a voice, right?
Yeah,
Before he was going to jump off and kill himself. So, anybody who seems to be able to hear these voices in some way are connected to From more so than others. So, what if he was keeping a secret and he was kind of more connected to this place than we thought?
yeah. I kind of like what you mean, what you're saying there. So like, um, instead of it being like supernatural entities that are affecting everybody, it's actually certain people time walking back. You know what I mean? Certain people
Hmm.
affecting certain things in certain, maybe they can only do it in certain ways though. Only maybe one person can only affect the jukeboxes and stuff. And maybe only one person can um whisper in people's ears and in their mind and stuff like that. And maybe only one person can write stuff on people's arm. You know what I mean? Maybe,
Well, we could also, can't we also give that? We can kind of put Clara in that bubble, can't we? Because she always seems to be in these specific moments where she's either giving somebody the information they need to move forward, or she's present for really big moments, right? Like she's present
True.
for when Victor's throwing all his stuff out the window. She's present when Tilly calls out Fatima for being pregnant. She's present when everything explodes and she gets the shard kind of like in her eye. Was she kind of taking the hit for somebody else? She was there to point out the storm on the top of the roof. So that's another way to also look at Clara. Like, even though, like, if we're not looking at her like a mole or somebody like that, what if we could look at her like she's somebody who can do what you're saying and move through these chapters or books? She's not changing anything because we saw Julie's able to talk to people. Like, maybe she's helping people, and like that's another way we could look at Clara too.
Yeah. You know what? Clay brought this up too. Clara, so the Cyclops theory that I had, where we keep having this one eye theory or one eye imagery. We got the
Hmm.
Cyclops in the painting. We got the one-eyed guy drinking the skull. We got the one-eyed uh, colony colonial soldier. We have Clara, and that's what Clay brought up. Clara got her eye damaged, and then now she's walking around with a black eye. So she's also suspect.
Hold on, Crazy Mad's asking me what we're doing. Maybe if he wants to come on.
Yeah, tell him come on. Or I originally told him that he could start if he wanted to, so I don't want to tell him nothing different. So we can restart it if he wants to.
Yeah, where's Baby Clay? Did you message him?
Yeah, let me try to send it to him again. Tell him I'm gonna send it through Discord. All right, I just sent it to him. Clay has some stuff written down. I definitely want to hear what he had to say. I'm not sure if he brought everything up on the stream. That was a good stream though. So when it be a lot of people, I know you be stressed out, Dana.
I do. I have my list of like the questions. I try to make sure I give everybody a chance to answer first. Everybody kind of goes last. I try to make sure that when I notice that people like might not have been talking for a little while, I'll try to throw it to them or throw something to them to get them to kind of interact. But it also helps when you have a bunch of respectful panel people
Yeah,
who aren't over talking or being rude in that sense. So everybody's really respectful. Like, you
yeah,
guys let each other talk. You guys interject when other people are. There's only been a few instances where, people chimed in, but then somebody was like, oh, no, you go ahead. You go ahead. So I think we've been able to get a bunch of awesome people together who just honestly want to talk about the show, and it's not a battle. So it's very easy when you have people like you guys on the panel talking,
yeah,
but
yeah. I try
especially
to
like,
get people. Go
yeah,
ahead.
like
I'm sorry.
bigger panel. No, no, bigger panels. it's hard because you want to make sure everybody kind of gets a fair chance at the question, a fair answer, and then sometimes you guys ran with it. Like there was questions I had that you guys just started talking about. So I switched up a couple of questions or I did something,
Yeah, and
you know?
I'm aware I have like a deep voice, so I don't want to like overpower anybody when I talk. So I try to make sure I try to like talk when nobody's talking. You know what I mean? When there's like silence or there's a break or some dead air.
I know it's tough.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm learning too, so it's fun though. I have a good time talking about this, and then I'm excited for Severance. Um, you said that you haven't seen it, right?
We saw season one, so yeah, no, we've seen it.
You have seen it. Okay,
Yes.
good, good. The Severance. Do you so? Which one you think is better, From or Severance?
Severance, I'm still on the fence about. I love that ending, like with him running out of the room, like oh, she's alive type of thing.
Yeah,
So I'm curious to see. I just don't. I'm just I'm hopeful that it doesn't end up just being like just some corrupt company. Like I'm hoping there's more depth to the story because it's such a crazy story. Like I'm hoping this is not just going to turn out to be some fucked up company doing fucked up shit.
yeah. The premise is like genius though. You can split your mind. That is ingenious. I I don't know who could think of something like that. That is like the coolest thing to like start a story off about.
It is. Like could you imagine like doing something like that? Like I understand like the main character, like the loss of his wife. He couldn't separate or be happy, but that's such a drastic thing to do. Like to sever your friggin' brain and your consciousness and like essentially be two different people, but you're the same person.
Yeah, and I think that's the beautiful thing about it. You have to think that it's a premise that would actually make you think to yourself, would I be able to do this? It gives you like an internal thought of like what, because like nobody likes going to work. Nobody, well, 90% of people don't like going to work. 10% of people got a great job that they love, but 90% of people will probably watch that show and be like, hmm, if I could split my mind, I might do that just so I can not have to deal with work anymore.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
I'm not sure what's going on with Clay. How did he message you?
He didn't message me.
You said he did message you?
No, he didn't. Crazy Mad message me.
What is that?
Crazy Mad's the guy I have the lasagna beef with.
Oh,
He talks from.
oh, okay.
So he was seeing what we were doing.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure what's going on. I just sent him a couple links. I ain't getting no responses. Let's see here. Still learning this system. So I think the Silo episode's gonna come out Wednesday this week. I think I'm gonna do try another stream then. Maybe try some Silo stuff because I haven't read the books. I don't want to get it spoiled, but let's see. There's not a there isn't a way to see who's in the stream unless they chat, right?
Say that again. I'm sorry, Scarlett's messaging me. I apologize. Say that again.
You're fine. But can you see who's in the stream, or they have to chat?
Um,
You can only see the chat.
did you give me a wrench? There is a way. That's what you need Delsenia for. She would
I'm not
know
sure
that
how to
more than
do
I
it.
would.
Let me see how I can try to do the wrench thing. Uh, man, this is not intuitive.
I know. This is all like Scarlett. They're more the techie people than I am. Um, I it, Delsenia knows how to check to see
I'm
like all that stuff. I'm a horrible moderator. I'm not a super mod like Delvic and Kiwi.
yeah, don't say that. You're not a horrible
I'm a
moderator.
horrible moderator.
I haven't given up yet. We're gonna find it. Yeah, bear with me. I apologize.
No, take your time. This is the ropes, baby. This is the ropes.
They do not want me to make this work.
Of course they don't. You know what Crazy Mad said? I'm surprised you don't remember Crazy Mad from the chats.
Say it again.
I said I'm surprised you don't remember uh Crazy Mad from. Oh, where'd you go, Ray?
I'm still here. I got it on solo layout, and now,
Because I'm like I only see myself.
yeah, now I don't know how to get it back. I don't know how to get it at a solo layout. I'll figure that out. Let's see.
That is all Scarlet. I'm gonna send Crazy Mad the link. He said he was gonna. Oh,
Yeah,
Dulcinea is still in there. Or is that her just saying hi to me from before?
I'm not sure, but that's beforehand. I clicked on the wrong thing, but Amy, do you want to come up? Amy, Cinnamon Sweets, you always lurking. You want to come up? Uh, I think I have you in my Discord. Hold on. I'll send you a link if you want to come up. You don't have to. Let's see. I do. I do. Here you go. I'm gonna send you a link, and it's on you. You don't have to. I know you might have stuff going on or whatever. Well, I'm shyer than you are, so I guarantee. And I'm up here doing it.
With a name like Cinnamon Sweets, or no, that means you're just so awesome. I
I,
always love seeing her name in the chat.
yeah, I'm the shyest person I know. I clicked on a link one day for Scarlett show. I think she was just having like a just a random get on the link and you can come up, and I got on and we talked, and like we just kind of been on since then. And I just like talking these shows. So you're welcome to come up. You try 5 minutes if you feel shy, but no pressure. Uh, let me see if I can get this.
Yeah, wait till you learn how to figure out screenshots and pull those things up and do all that, do giveaways, do stuff.
Right. That's on the high end. I have to crawl before I walk.
See? We're just gonna throw you into the deep end. We're just gonna push you with no floaties.
Yeah, you have to just figure it out or drown.
Yes, you need a snack, Amy. That's what I was doing before. I finished my dinner. That shit was just staring at me on the countertop. And I was just like, oh, I'm gonna destroy you when I get off the street.
Man.
No, but I have fun with you guys. I'm so glad that you like decided to come up with us. Cause like you and Baby Clay, me and Scarlett, like honestly consider our friends. So
Yeah, I always have a good time, like every week.
you
I
guys know
got
you are always
my
welcome.
my brother listens and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, he he just watched the finale earlier this evening, and I told him I was like, cause I didn't want to spoil it for him. I was like, man, I seen it already. I don't want to spoil it for you, but when you watch it, make sure you watch our show on Monday, cause you're gonna after you see the episode, you're gonna want somebody to discuss it with.
Yes, this is a show you need somebody to talk with. Like you need to talk to somebody. Like it's not like I could not imagine not having somebody to talk to this show about. Like even just talking to my mom. Like it's so much fun to just talk to somebody about this show. That's why it's fun getting like all you guys together to do that because each of you have like these different thoughts, these different ideas, and you guys almost like it's awesome to like feed off each other and like be like, oh yeah, I saw that. Oh, but did you see this? And like compare notes and do stuff.
Yeah, that's why I like excuse me. That's why I like breakdown videos because you can get a chance to see stuff that you missed. Um, okay, get that smoothie in, but yeah, you get a chance to see stuff that you missed because sometimes I'll be doing two things at once. I'll be honest. I got I got kids and stuff like that. They'll be running around. Well, one of them be running around. My other kids they're kind of chilled out, but I'm normally either doing that, trying to do some work at the same time. I always kind of
Yeah, I
try to
know
do
you got
two
a
things
lot
at
on your
once.
plate.
Not too much, not too much, but
It's a good
um,
outlet. It's a good outlet.
oh yeah, absolutely. you have to decide which shows you want to watch nowadays because it's got so many. You got a lot of good ones and a lot of bad ones.
Yeah.
I heard that Yellow Jackets was supposed to have. So, two things about Yellow Jackets. I heard that they changed one of the main characters. Is that correct?
I didn't hear any. I know one of the characters, and I'm sorry if you haven't seen the previous season, chose to opt out in a sense because she was not happy. But
Okay.
I did not hear about like a recasting, if that's what you mean.
Okay. Okay. So maybe that's what's going on. And then the second thing was I heard that there was like a extra episode that is supposed to come out. All right, got crazy mad.
Where's that lunatic?
Let's see.
Should be able to hover over his name and add him to stage. There
Hello.
you go.
Hey, what's
What's
up,
up,
crazy
you
man?
friggin' lunatic?
What's up, crazy lady?
I feel like I have not talked to you in a century.
Yeah, it's been a while.
You with your adult life now.
I know. Blame the girl.
That don't blame us girls.
She's sitting here right now. She can hear us too.
Good. Don't blame us girls. It's not our fault.
It is. It's all your fault.
No,
Always.
it's not. No, it's not. That's our job. Our job is to feed you and lock you down.
And
As long
blame this guy here too.
as long as I'm fed, I don't mind being locked down.
Oh, he's so big.
Hold on, watch this. There we go.
Oh, he's got big.
Yeah, he's a little butthole now.
Oh, wait, how big are they supposed? How what's
He's just a mix of a bunch of stuff. Mostly Rottweiler and German Shepherd.
Oh, that's gonna be a big boy.
I don't know. He's like 6 months old now.
Just wait. You think so? Mine's tapped out at 120 pounds.
He just went to the vet today too. We could
So
give.
what you think about that from Crazy Mad?
Hold
Oh,
on, hold on, hold on 1 second. Amy, you have to accept the link and then copy it and then put it into the StreamYard app or use Safari. If you use Safari, you can go online and do it.
If you sent her, how'd you send her the link? Like you sent it to me,
I sent it to her through Discord.
but like you sent it to me.
Yeah, just the same way I sent it to you.
So all she has to do is click on it. She shouldn't have to copy and paste it anywhere. You should just be able to click on it and it'll take you here.
Okay.
Yeah, just click on it. It should take you into like this little thing where it tells you to accept your microphone and camera. And then it'll prompt you in another page whether to turn your camera off if you don't want to be on camera. And then you just put your name and enter the studio.
I'm sorry, crazy man. You could go ahead, man.
oh, you're fine. I forget the question.
Me too.
I just
I'm
asked you
sorry.
how it's from,
Oh, I love it. I love it.
right?
It's like the best show I've seen in a long time.
So are you through season 3?
Oh yeah, I'm all the way
Okay.
caught
So
up.
so let me ask you, what top 2 questions after seeing the last episode?
What are they?
What are your top 2 questions after seeing the last
Oh,
episode, the
my,
ending?
my top two questions probably number one is so if Tabitha and Jade are Miranda and Christopher, is everyone else someone else too?
Right? I was
Yeah,
thinking that.
Like, for instance, like when Elgin came into the town, like on the bus, he started freaking out all of a sudden, like passing out and all that. Maybe
yeah.
that's like Cautry's like reincarnation into him.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Now, I had this same thought about other people being reincarnations, but Khatri being Elgin, I hadn't thought about that. But that I have to think more about that one.
I only thought that because they're both like Cautry's like the preacher and Elgin's like the religious guy, right?
Right. Hey, Amy.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, Khatri is the religious guy. Hey, how
Yeah.
you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
All right, all right. We
Aw.
talked. We finally got her on.
Right.
Okay, so we're talking about top two questions after the episode and after the discussion we already had. What kind of lingering questions do you have? And Crazy Man brought up the fact that he thinks that other people may be reincarnations and that Elgin may be a reincarnation of Cochrane. You said because of the religious aspect.
Yeah. I mean, they're both like the religious. Like Elgin's highly religious too, with the whole angels and all that. Maybe he's Cautry but can't remember because they never
So you,
ran. They never ran
yes,
into each other.
no. So you think it's an energy like transference more than like somebody dies, their soul goes into the next person who is born. You think it's like he picked up the reincarnate because that's what I think this place is. I don't think it's somebody dies, then the soul goes into the person who's born. I think when they get here, they take on the energy of the person.
I mean, that makes the most sense to me just because they said you can never die, right? Like
Hmm.
they sold their children so that no one could ever die.
No, I can see that because Abby was having dreams, and then that
Right,
kind of explains the reason why she was having dreams. And then after she died, Tabitha shows up, and she all of a sudden remember
right.
she
Like
had dreams.
Abby was tagged in, and Abby didn't make it very far. So the next person in the cycle would have been Tabitha.
And Tabitha and Jade came in on the same day, too.
Yeah.
Oh, now I did not notice that. That is a good observation, man.
And
I don't.
in Abby going postal, what if she shot and killed the person who was supposed to connect to Christopher?
Could be.
Or
That's
a
why maybe a Christopher type of person wasn't present yet. And then
well,
because he was, and so then you bring in Tabitha and Jade together, the next ones.
Abby started killing people, right?
Hmm.
And if that's like a soul transfer, when Victor's mom left, Miranda, when she left out of that cellar, we don't know what she did. All we know is that a bunch of people ended up dead.
Well,
So maybe she killed everybody.
we do know that she went to the tree and died.
Yeah, maybe she killed everybody and then went to the tree and died.
That is true. That could be.
And some kind of thing, something went on with her and Martin where he was trying to stop her, and Jade is going to have to try to stop Tabitha when she goes postal.
Yeah, I'm still kind of wondering who Martin is in all this.
Oh, and I also wanted to just preface: we're just spitballing tonight. We're just throwing out stuff. We're not. You don't have to be backed up by nothing. Just feel free to chime in and Say what comes to mind.
I
And
kind of thought Ethan might be taking on the Martin persona.
could be.
What about the tattoo?
Well, if he's his own person, if we're saying that energy passes and like that's what, or the consciousness passes, not like reincarnation, you die, your soul goes into somebody else who's just born, like that sort of passing it on. What if, like Jade said, their energy lingers here and every time the new, let's fuck it, call it candidate enters, they're able to start to connect with it. So it's not a soul that's transferring so much more so like a conscious energy. So Ethan won't need the tattoo. He's his own version of Martin. Like Tabitha is Miranda, like Christopher is like Jade is Christopher. They're not their physical beings. The consciousness has now just moved on.
And who is the kimono lady in all this too?
Fuck if I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you mean when he was down there with when the kimono lady was down there with Elgin? What did Elgin mean when he said, "Is this where it happens?"
Maybe where the monster reincarnation happens.
That's what I thought. Like maybe is this where the birth like happens, or he could be referring to something fucking else. Who knows?
But there was a dead body there, or like an old skeleton of a body.
Correct. Yeah, you're correct. So something else may happen there that we haven't seen yet, because that could be anybody still.
I feel like she has some kind of relation to the man in yellow.
The dead guy,
The kimono lady and the
the
man in
kimono
yellow
lady.
have some kind of connection. I don't know what it is,
Mm.
but like they're definitely all this is intertwined somehow, some way.
Well, to kind of add on to what you were saying, Donna, about Ethan maybe being some kind of soul transfer with Martin. If you think about it, Martin kind of does look like a wizard.
He does, and I think maybe that body that we see is Martin's. So I think his soul is trapped inside of the loop of that the caves or whatever they are.
That could be. That may be why he put his blood in the boy. Maybe that's the only way he could get out.
I was talking. Well, I don't. You two probably don't know her, but Dana, you know Kayla.
Yes.
I was talking to Kayla last night, and she was going off about this theory she had. It was some time loop theory and some kind of. Let me find it. She says, okay, let me break this down. So there's a really famous theory called the time loop theory, and it's a theory that essentially implies that time is constantly moving in a circle or cyclical pattern and doesn't move in a straight line or linear pattern. And because of that, events people experience repeat in ways that many lack the awareness of recognizing, although some do have awareness of small amounts of repetition that occurs.
So kind of
Hmm.
like deja vu.
Yeah, that's like exactly what she says in the next paragraph. She says, so think about it in this manner. When a person experiences deja vu, for example, most deja vu comes from dreams and you experience it in a moment with some kind of inner knowing. So the time loop theory represents the suggestion that someone has experienced or even lived the present moment just in a previous duplication or iteration of time that exists. And the time loop theory also weaves in with another theory, which would be the causal loop paradox. She says a casual loop paradox is when something done in the future is the cause for something that occurs in the past. And because of that, it becomes the main cause for that future event to occur. So it causes both events to then exist on the same plane dimension or space time, whatever the case. They say this is about the twin flame theory and spiritual stuff, but right, however, what makes it a paradox here is you don't know what the origin is. Which I kind of found all that pretty freaking
Well,
interesting.
I think that goes back to the that bootstrap theory, bootstrap paradox theory when it comes to explaining time. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up again. Okay, it says that the bootstrap paradox is a kind of paradox in which information or a person or an object is sent back in time, creates an infinite loop where the person or object has no observable origin. In other words, it behaves like it has no origin.
Like John Connor, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like you like Julie going like what we saw at the end of the episode where Julie goes back. Well, it seems like there's a future Julie that comes back and she's trying to save her father, but it seems like also she causes him to get killed, and it seems like that's always what's supposed to happen.
I'm with you on this. I definitely don't think that was regular Julie. It was either future Julie or past Julie, or it's kind of up in the air.
This and just to call it out, the same thing happened in Lost. A group of the characters in Lost got flashed back in time to create a situation that caused them to get to cause basically the first episode. It's like cyclical time, just like you were explaining.
Yeah.
Do you think possibly like the town is different than like the world, how it moves? Maybe the ground moves like in a circle or something, or maybe the whole place.
Well, we know the trees move.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
And then that
so
tin.
yeah, it's very possible. Who knows what else moves? That's why maybe even with the map that we see in the Pete's truck, what if that map is now no longer really accurate? Because, like you said, things move.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think the key is going to be, like you said, Crazy Matt and Kayla's thing, the origin. What is the real origin that will stop this cycle? Like, what have past lives done? Maybe they've always gone to the wrong point, or like Spade said, like it's almost cheating in a way. So because they're cheating, like they'll never be able to break the cycle.
Yeah, my spitball theory on that on the meaning of from or origin is there's going to be one specific event that happens that causes like all of this. It's going to be one specific event, and Julie's going to be probably trying to fix it like repeatedly or something like that and just fucking it up. But I think that's going to be what the meaning of from or origin is. It's going to be that one starting point that's like a ripple effect that causes all of this stuff to happen.
And I'm really not sure if it's the children. Like, I'm still not convinced that this is not another form of manipulation. Because everything else that they've tried to do has either just been bullshit or, like, you know what I mean? Like, what if this is just this place fucking with these people again and saving the children is really not going to do much of anything?
I
I
don't know.
I kind of think the children are just a byproduct.
Right?
Like they're not the cause, but they're the bounty, right? Like
Yes.
the man in yellow, these people wanted to live forever, so they gave up what essentially was their children. Like they're just the bounty in all this.
Yes.
So
They're
we
the
can,
product. They're the product. Like,
but
they're not.
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, sweetheart.
Yeah.
So can we assume that the monsters drink blood now? That Fatima, when she was pregnant with the baby Smiley or whatever it was, that it craved blood and rotten food and stuff?
I would say so.
Would that make them vampires?
I mean,
Almost.
in a sense, at least some kind of demonic form of some kind.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think they do a little more, though. The way they leave those bodies, I don't know if they just, like, Fatima, like, she drank blood, but, like, if she was really able to get into, like, Nikki, do you think she would have started, like, munching on some stomach and organs and stuff?
I don't know. I know that the monsters take the organs, but maybe the monsters. I don't think that they're actually the big bad anymore.
No, I agree with that.
Something or someone or some entity had to have made a deal, or them to evoke some entity of some sorts and make a deal with them to make them monsters and live forever.
So let me ask you guys, do you think the boy in white and the man in yellow are opposing forces, or do you think they're like the same side?
I am starting to more so lean towards opposing forces. I'm starting to think that, or at least the boy in white is maybe let's just say a worker, a lower being of the side that is against the man in yellow.
I think he's the man in yellow's like son of some sort.
Huh? That could be.
Possibly.
So there may be something like so I have like another spitball throwing out there. Like there was a map that was out there with like a color wheel, and it may be something like that. There may be like different entities for each color or something like that, or
Oh yeah, the boy in white, the man in yellow,
yeah, there may be
the kimono
other
lady's
color.
pretty much in red.
Yeah, there may be other colored entities out there.
Ooh, that's a good thought. Like a whole rainbow coalition or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, it might be multiple entities.
We didn't get much of this information about the spiders, did we?
We got
You
nothing.
know, or the dogs.
I mean,
What
Yep.
happened to the dog?
What
We
did
still
happen?
don't know nothing about the bile.
the dogs went on writer's strike. No, I'm just kidding.
The ASPCA came in and said, no, you're overworking those animals.
We don't know anything about the Civil War stuff either.
No, we don't. That's what I'm saying. They still have so much more they got to answer. They still have so much more they have to answer.
I do wish that this show had as many episodes in it as Lost had.
Yes. I agree with that.
So they had
This would
like,
have been an amazing fucking 24 episode show.
yep.
They would have been able to give us so much more.
Yeah, that was the golden age of television. When you get 24 episodes a season, and then the seasons last like half the year. Oh my god!
Or
And
I
then
wouldn't
and
have
then
minded longer episodes. The finale episode I thought was such a good length of time. If all the episodes were that long, I think this season would have been even that much better.
The music in that one scene with the violin is just like my favorite part. Like this episode, the last one was like a whole entire movie for me. It was like amazing for me.
yeah, and there's a lot of people that didn't like the last episode because they felt like it. Somebody was saying this earlier when I was talking to them. They said that they felt like everybody was dead at the end, and I was like, you didn't understand what happened. You need to go watch it again.
Uh,
It, the, yeah, the ending of Lost made sense. Like a lot of people say it didn't make sense. It made sense. You have to go watch it again if you don't think it made sense.
I
That's why I
was
never watched it. Mhm.
I was that person who thought they were all dead the whole time.
He sure was.
Yeah,
I
it
was
makes sense.
I was sitting backstage with Jeremy of Jeremy Ice and Fire,
Yeah,
and he literally for an hour explained it all to me because I was like, no, no, no. And he was like, yeah, go watch it again. And then I was like, oh, I'm so
yeah,
stupid.
yeah,
But you're not the only one. I know a lot of people who literally thought either they were in purgatory the whole time, the island wasn't real. Like you're not the only one who didn't
I never
get the
finished
ending.
it. So
yeah. I think people were not paying attention because it's explained. It make like if you're paying attention, it's explained. I just some people weren't paying attention. I think,
I plan
Yeah.
on
and
watching that
that's
soon.
okay.
Yeah. I was told
It's
that not
worth
to
a
watch
watch.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I was told not to watch it because they didn't like the ending, the people that I talked to back then. So I was like, oh, I'm not gonna watch it. But now I'm gonna actually end up watching it and finishing it.
yeah. I don't want to spoil it for you then. So I don't think anybody said anything to spoil it yet.
No.
So we just told you what it wasn't, but there's a whole lot of things it can't be, or it wouldn't. It could be. So
Right. Yeah, so far I'm
enjoy.
at the part with the polar bear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, enjoy that. Enjoy that polar bear. It's explained too. A lot of stuff that some people was like, oh, I didn't like how they didn't explain everything. I'm hard pressed to find stuff that they didn't explain. Like I had to nitpick, but they explain pretty much all the major stuff that needs to be explained.
So without spoiling, let me ask you this. Since Lost is basically they're coming over from Australia, right?
Hmm.
So do you think the island is the Australian version of the American From? Like they're both connected?
There's a lot of similarities, man.
I definitely think that they share a universe. I believe that they exist in the same world. But again, without spoiling too much, it's a possibility. I believe that they're like yin and yang.
When I'm watching From, I make these like connections between From and Lost all the time.
Yep. That's literally what I'm out there preaching. I see and I can't help it. I can't shut that part of my brain off. Like
It's making me excited.
like
I
no
see a
matter
lot of
what.
similarities.
I don't want to point any similarities out because I don't want to spoil anything.
That's true.
Yes, there are a lot of there's a lot of similarities,
It is
but
true.
there is a possibility that they share the same world.
Well, I'll say this. I don't think this is a spoiler. Jackson Rains
Hmm.
the other evening, we were in the live, and he
Hmm.
was explaining that there's some type of connection with the King in Yellow and this place called Carcosa.
Yeah,
And what he was explaining is that there are different kinds of Carcosas, if I'm saying it
yeah,
correctly.
yeah,
So that would lend to the theory that there would be different places like the island of Lost around. That wouldn't be the only location that would have weird stuff going on like that.
yeah.
Is there similarities to the King in Yellow and the Maboose story?
I think there's some kind of link there. I'm not too well versed on the Cthulhu mythicism.
I'm not either, but I know Jeremy mentioned it tonight on our channel, and I believe he's making a video
Yeah.
about it. But Think Story also has a good little video up that gives you a little, like a brief explanation to what that connection might be.
And from my understanding, it's a story written by a guy or whatever a long time ago, and there have been other interpretations of that story, like multiple interpretations of that story throughout history up until now, including things like True Detective. I'm trying to think. There was another show.
I've never
Uh,
seen True Detective, but now I want to go watch it. Now that everybody's saying that the Man in Yellow was brought up in that show.
yeah, yeah. The first season, and also the last season, I believe.
I haven't watched the last season, but the first season is really good. 2 and
The
3.
last the last season is really
True
weird.
Detective?
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Are you guys talking about True Detective?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I started to watch that one time, but I never finished it. It's got Matthew McConaughey and um, that
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll have to get into that again because I heard it was really good.
They're
Yeah.
only
Yeah, I
Every
have to watch it.
they're only
every
in the first.
season they have different detectives. So Matthew McConaughey was only in one season, and then the next season was like Colin Farrell. The next season was the I can't remember the guy's name, the black guy.
I don't remember.
I can't remember his name. But and then the last season was like Jodie Foster.
I haven't watched the last season yet. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I know nothing. I'm not really well versed in the whole Cthulhu, all that stuff.
No,
I don't know nothing about that.
me either. Jeremy is like totally the guy to talk to about that.
Yeah, I
Wait,
know.
you want to know some weird shit? So Cthulhu, I'm not, like I said, I'm not super deep on it, but I do know this. Um, so Cthulhu is like this. So let me just preface it like this. There's a lot of mysticism and stuff like that when it comes to Cthulhu. So there would be like a lot of psychological horror and just a lot of horror, period, when it comes to those type of stories. Like people going crazy and mystical stuff going on. But Cthulhu is an ancient entity or whatever you want to call it that came from outer space and landed on Earth. So it would technically be an alien.
That's what it is from the Stephen King book.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
clown.
Just like it. It would be just like it.
Yep, and
So that technically Tony would be right.
yep. You won't have to eat that hot spice. It's not that bad though. I've had one.
But it would come off as like a show that would be like mystic or fantasy, or you know what I mean, psychological horror, whatever you want to call it. But
Yes.
it wouldn't be like technological.
Mhm. Yeah, in the story, there was a turtle that was another being from where it came from, and it was a good being. And so it and the turtle were like opposites, basically.
It was what kind of turtle?
Hold on, let me pull it up so I can explain it better.
Does this come from like the world? We're just on the turtle's back, and it's a turtle,
Oh,
or no, it's an
The,
elephant. A
the
turtle or an
world turtle?
elephant?
oh, I would hate that would annoy me because it's like the locker scene, right, in Men in Black. Like it's just fucking world and fucking world in a world.
Oh, what was that? I can't remember, but I can't remember what it's called, but it's the answer to everything is 42.
Oh, that's the Hitchhiker's
Yep,
Guide
Hitchhiker's
to the
Guide to
Galaxy.
the Galaxy. Yeah.
I'm telling you, this show is gonna fucking end in a way that we're all gonna fucking be sitting here like
What,
nobody was right.
what if it
All your
just
fucking theories, all your fucking shits mean nothing. Everybody
what
was wrong.
what if it just cuts to black like the Sopranos?
So basically, so it represents chaos, evil, and fear, while the turtle is a force of kindness led by compassion, making them different opposites, both being interdimensional entities. Their powers are at the same level, meaning that the turtle could kill it if it wanted to. So it made me think of From, like, what if there's a opposite force and From that's trying to save everybody?
I can agree with that because I think there's some type of balance at play with From. So if there's an entity as strong as the man in yellow, there has to be an opposite force, in my opinion.
Which would be the boy in white, right?
I don't know because the boy in white has been around for a while. We're just now seeing the man in yellow. So I think
Okay,
go
so
ahead.
right, no, like, cause something just popped into my brain. Like we know we've always seen the boy in white as a little boy, and Victor. They do the whole, oh, you're changing, everything's changing. Like we do know that this seems to be the furthest anyone has gotten, per se, in a while. What if because of Jade and Christopher's, or Jade and Tabitha's progression is why things are changing. It's why the boy in white is growing up. It's why there was a winter. Like, have they maybe gotten the furthest and are causing everything to change because they're progressing in a way?
Ooh. What if, since this is a time loop, the boy in white is just a young version of the man in yellow?
Ooh. What if he changes color as he grows?
Or what if he's like an entity that was trapped as a little boy for whatever reason by the man in yellow? And he's kind of stuck that way because the man in yellow did some fuckery or something.
Hmm.
Like, I promise you this, but that's the punishment. Like, he gave the people immortality, but they're kind of monsters.
Yeah,
Like
it
you
was
got what you wanted, but
like a monkey paw wish.
yeah.
Like you get you wish for $1 million and a million deer show up at your house.
Some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
I think the town, the good entities pull in people to help them, and the bad entities pull in people to help them. So I think that
Oh,
there's
for
like
sure.
two teams, regardless of the color theory and all that. I'm still confused about the color theory, but I definitely think there's two sides to it.
See, and I kind of lean that way too. I mean, that's what I kind of think too, because if it's all based on Lost had its two, forces, one for good, one for evil, really.
Yep.
I think Elgin was brought into the town to help the bad entity. I think his shirt and all of that was like a foreshadowing of like his character.
And then he said his grandmother used to always knit owls. That's Moloch.
Oh,
Owls.
sacrifice.
Yeah, yeah. So, and he never said what type of. He said he said his grandmother was religious and she went to church every Sunday or whatever. But he didn't say what type of church she went to. I don't believe. So it could have been the Church of Moloch. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, I'm not well versed in that. I don't even know what that is.
It's a owl demon.
Oh no.
It's a idol of an owl that they sacrifice children to.
Right.
Huh. I'll have to go down that rabbit hole later.
There's
You
another
might.
one too, not
Yeah.
just Moloch. I think there's a Baphomet or something too, where they would like use drums to drown out the sounds of like the kids dying or whatever.
Did we lose Dana there for a sec?
Yeah. She said her phone died. She'll get her computer, but we can keep going. I'm sorry. What were you saying, Amy?
I'm sorry, I probably just completely threw everybody off for a
You
loop.
said something about Baphomet.
Yeah, there's an entity called Baphomet, which is like a male and female. I don't know if it's a demon or what.
It's a
But it's,
transgender demon.
right.
Is
I guess it's similar to Moloch. I don't know if it's the same thing or what, but it's just one of the things that people in history have sacrificed their children to.
that like an Egyptian thing?
I'm not really
So
sure.
m-
I know that it's
Baphomet
from.
is the 5-pointed star upside down with the cow's head or whatever, the goat's head with the
Yeah,
horns.
The
yeah, I
goat's
know
head.
what you're talking
That's Baphomet.
about. Okay. I know what you're talking about. Kind of. Like I'm not like super well versed in this stuff, but
Yeah, man. There's and that stuff you might not want to be well versed in.
That basically makes me think of From because um oh shoot, I lost my thought, but
The child sacrifice.
yeah, the child sacrifice and everything, and it
I
makes me.
hadn't thought about that part. When you brought that up, that was a good point.
I kind of lost my train of thought with my attention deficit, so maybe I'll remember it in a little bit what I was saying.
I think we all get ADHD in here, so you're fine.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry if I'm bouncing around too much.
No, it's fine.
But Moloch, when I was thinking about the owl demon, I was thinking Moloch, but the child sacrifice part, that link, I hadn't made that link. And that
So
kind of backs it up.
it made me think maybe the monsters, because they take the organs, maybe they're feeding it to whatever made them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Whatever made them though. And I don't think it's the man in yellow. I don't think the man in yellow is the big bad. I think
I don't know.
We got something else coming
Hmm.
because the balance. So another little spitball theory I had, and y'all can tell me if y'all can poke some holes in this, please. Um, if there's like a balance, um, where you get something and you lose something, or you get something good and you get something bad. Um, they get the answers about the tree and stuff. Man in Yellow shows up. They get the uh, tower working on top of Colony House. Then a whole bunch of messed up stuff happens. Um, House falls, all that kind of stuff. Let me think.
Digging the
There's one.
tunnel.
Yeah,
For digging the
same thing.
pit. Yeah.
Dana's back in the back room, she said.
Say it again.
Dana's in the back room.
Yeah. And then, so my question is, with all that being said, the talisman. Well, the night that Boyd found the talisman, how many talisman did he find? Do y'all know?
Uh,
Hmm.
I don't know how many off the top of my head.
I don't know.
There was a bunch.
So my question is, if if there's some type of balance where you get something good, you get something bad. He got all those talisman. Let's say he got 10 talisman. He shows up the next day with those talisman, and his wife kills 9 people. Plus, Boy kills her, and there's 10.
Hey, Dana's saying you have to let her on stage.
Yeah. Okay, let me see. Dana,
Yes.
you there, Dana?
Y-
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I didn't see you. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I told you it takes some getting used to.
Yes, it does. You have to monitor everything while you talk.
Yeah, and believe me, like I was getting ready to sit there and like just let myself on stage because then I was like, oh wait, I can't do that. I'm not in mine.
Well, I'm glad to have you back. Did you hear what
Yeah,
we
I'm
were talking
sorry,
about as far as the
my phone
balance?
died. I had to turn on my computer.
Yeah, I need to turn on mine next time I stream because I think that's the reason I can't do um the wrench and stuff. I think I need to use my computer.
I don't know anything.
Yeah, so I'll figure it out next time. It's cool.
Like, if you want to add wrenches, I think you can just go over into the comments. Like, if you want Amy, like, you just click on her name and it should pop up a little icon thing that tells you, like, gives you options. And one of them is to wrench her.
It does not do that. So I'll have to figure it out next time, man.
Are you on your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Ooh, you're getting better connection than I do on my phone.
Yeah, man, I have to pay for it though. I game, man, so I have to have a good connection. But and I got kids that watch all kind of stuff and got schoolwork and all kind of internet related stuff going on. So have to keep that up.
But
But
lots of people
and,
start out on their phone though. It's all good.
well,
Jeremy did. Didn't Jeremy?
Yeah. He totally did.
I got my computer going right now. It's just I don't think I can switch it over. I don't know if I can. I don't think that's possible. But we'll see next time, man. But
Again, this is all Scarlett's area of expertise. I barely know the basics.
well, I'm having fun, man. This is a good time. I like talking from. I like talking all these shows if y'all willing to talk about it.
Yeah.
But
What else? what else you watch?
Severance.
I have
Like
not
I
seen
keep
that.
bringing that up. No, no Severance.
Have you seen
I
Silo,
watched
Crazy Mad?
The what?
Have you seen Silo?
Oh yeah, I'm in it. I'm in it to win it on that one.
Is everybody caught up on Silo?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
No.
we
You're
do
not
watch
Amy?
parties.
I don't want to spoil it then.
Oh,
We
I'm
do
sorry.
watch. We do
Have
watch
you?
parties in.
Are you
in the
watching it all?
Discord.
I watched the first season, and I watched the first season of Severance.
Oh, so you're just behind the first 2 episodes of Silo
Basically, I'll
for
watch
season
it.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watch them Friday nights in the Discord. Vic shares the episodes.
That's
I
nice.
didn't know that.
Y'all
We
do a
do it after
live.
the stream.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
Yes, come watch.
You said a live after the stream
Yeah, you were there last weekend, right?
with the Silo. Yeah. I don't know if y'all are doing it every week.
Yeah, she's doing it every week.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep up because
Did you read
that
the
show.
books, Crazy Mad?
No, I didn't even know it was a book. I just heard a bunch of people saying Silo, Silo, Silo. So me and the girl checked it out, and we watched it all in like a weekend.
Yep.
Hmm.
We just
So
straight.
what about
Though.
Say-
Foundation? Anybody watching that?
I have not.
No,
It's
I
based
don't
on
even
a
know
book
what that
too.
is.
Oh man, it's weird. It's so it's like the ultimate time jump show. I'll just say that, like the amount of time that they go on this story is like thousands of years. So
Oh,
it,
oh, that's kind of interesting.
yeah, it's dope, man. But it's based on a book, and it has something to do with. I haven't spoiled it for myself, but it has something to do with our robot for whatever reason. I don't know.
What's it called again?
Really?
Yeah, you remember that movie I, Robot with Will Smith?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I love that movie.
It has something to do with that. I don't know exactly what because I don't want to spoil it for myself, but it has something to do with that. I think it has something to do with the same author or something like that, and his stories are linked
And
together.
Robot.
I was thinking iRobot was a short story, but it wasn't. It was the other Will Smith movie, the one where he's the last guy on Earth.
I Am Legend.
Oh,
I Am Legend. That's a short story from someone.
The I Am Robot is part of like a larger story, like a way larger story that Foundation is based on, from my understanding.
Foundation. What's this on? Apple?
I think it's on either Paramount or Prime.
Oh, I got them both, so I'll look.
Hey,
in.
I'll tell you the dopest part about this show, man. There's a like an emperor. It's like a space opera. The emperor that's ruling over everything is 3 emperors that are clones of the same guy, and one is
Okay.
old, one
I know
is
what show you're talking about. Yes.
yeah, one is old, one is like let's
Yep.
say prime age 30s, and one is young like a child, and then they cycle out. They just clone the same emperor and keep them at those 3 ages, and they all like confer with each other, but the one that's in the prime in the middle is the like main emperor.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, that's the coolest part about this show.
That kind of reminds me of the movie The Island. Have you guys
What's the
seen that?
connection to iRobot though? You don't know?
I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't want to know. I just know it has something to do with it because iRobot was about artificial intelligence, right?
Yes.
So something about that has something to do with this.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. Yeah, no, that was actually pretty interesting. Now that I know what you were talking about, I totally didn't like what you said, the cloning thing. I was like, oh, I know what you talk about.
Yeah, that's a good premise. That's just like the the premise for Severance. I could never think of nothing like that. You can cut your brain off when you go to work and have like a whole different self.
Yeah, it's fucking bizarre. Just like Scarlett wants to start fucking talking about three body problem. Oh my god, I did not understand that show.
Oh,
I feel like,
I never finished it.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
oh my god, then maybe you should talk with Scarlett about it because I didn't understand anything. I literally sat here and was like, which is like, we're gonna talk about it. I was like, you mean I'm just gonna ask you a shit ton of questions? Because
After that one guy died from the Invisible Girl, Eric, I don't know. I don't want to spoil it. Has everybody seen it?
Yeah. I know what happens on Three Body Problem as far as like the story, because that's based on a book too. So I
Yeah,
know what happens.
killed
like,
that one guy.
okay,
Had sent
okay,
And
so
it's the
like,
I without spoiling anything, it's the
we've all
funniest
seen.
shit in the world. For me, like
Question.
I have a weird sense of humor. I'll say that. It to me, it's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious, man.
Okay,
But
so I have a question.
yeah,
We know that we obviously know three body problems is aliens. I get it. So they are so far? Oh, they're really far away from us, right?
Yes.
And it's going to take them somewhat of a long time to get to us.
Correct.
Yep.
Generations even.
yep.
Okay.
Generations of human.
So they are fucking with our technology so we can't fight back?
Correct.
Correct.
Seriously.
Yes.
I got that.
Yes.
You gotta
Okay.
think about it like this. If you wanted to take over a world and it was gonna take you a long time to get there, why not soften them up? If you had better technology and you knew that if you don't do that, by the time that you get there, because it's gonna take so long, they may have better technology and they can fight back.
That makes sense.
Okay. So then they want to kill us now because the old dude told them we were liars.
They fear,
They
right?
probably wanted to do it in the first place.
They fear that our technology will catch up to them by the time that they get here. And they're scared of that.
Do you know what happens?
Me? Yeah, I know
Yeah.
what
Do you think it's funny?
happened. I would put it in the private chat exactly what you're talking about.
No, because they can see it too.
Oh.
Oh, I don't care about sport. Like, I've seen the first season. I'm sorry about Amy, but I'm honestly curious. I need this explained to me because
Right, I'm really confused too. I got confused after that guy got killed and I didn't know what was going on.
so please continue.
If you don't care about spoilers,
No.
neither one of y'all.
No.
Okay.
I watched the first season.
The aliens. When you, I think it's probably gonna equal out to about 3 movies. But in the end, you're gonna find out that the aliens are like really, really small, like really, really small. I'm talking about really, like really, really small.
Okay.
They're like what do you call them things? You know what a tardigrade is? Damn, what do they call them?
But okay,
Water bears? They call them water bears?
but
Something like
weren't
that.
they originally going to be our friends, sort of? Like, and then they found out we're nothing but a bunch of asshole liars. And
You gotta think about it like this. They're really, I'm talking about, when I'm talking about small, they're really, really small.
Like
And
quantum
they're
level small,
like
like
microscopic.
Ant-Man type of stuff.
Yeah, they're like microscopic. So they would be scared of us basically to begin with. So if you lie to them or something like that, then they're gonna probably be on the offensive. You got to think of it in terms like that. Like they're not equipped to go against us physically at all. So they would have to resort to other means.
that's why. So, what was the whole purpose of the whatever game?
That's for their technology, right? Like they're so far ahead of where we are technologically. That's
Right
their
now,
advantage. Yes.
right now that is their advantage, but they know that by the time it's going to take so long to get here, we will either have been
And
equal or surpass them.
they feel like the human race develops so quickly that by the time they get here, that our technology will surpass them and will just destroy them. And they fear
Okay.
us because we lie a lot.
Yeah,
Obviously. But now the purpose of the game was to like find people they could trust or use.
they were trying to basically like suss us out,
Yeah,
figure out if we're going to be a danger or not, and we proved that we were going to be a danger, which we're going to be a danger.
exactly.
And
He's spot on.
okay. Okay.
Like they're not wrong to fear us.
No, I was it just I don't know, like I was a little confused. I was just like, but
And I mean, I'm with it. Like if I found out some little aliens, especially if I found out they were little like that, I'd be ready to kill the hell out of them. Like you can't come try to take over my world.
Get some bug spray on them.
Exactly.
Or you could just war of the worlds and sneeze on them and they'll all die out because they're not used to our viruses and whatnot.
But that's the big reveal of the story. You find out that the aliens are like really small.
that's
Did you
loud.
read it?
No, I had somebody spoil it for me.
See, the aliens could end up.
Once I had it spoiled for me, I just went in and looked it up. I was just like, fuck it.
The aliens could end up going into a machine that they control, like the little alien from Men in Black. Remember that?
There's a worm aliens. Oh no, the one that was inside the guy's brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there was like a little, like a. They opened up the machine, and at the end, there was like this little tiny alien that was like he couldn't breathe or whatever. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
That would be hilarious.
And truth is stranger than fiction.
But I'm also looking forward to Yellow Jackets.
Oh yeah, me too. I've been waiting on that for what, a year and a half, 2 years
Yeah.
already.
What were you saying earlier about the extra episode, Donna?
Jeremy was
Dana.
the one talking about that. He says that there's an extra episode floating around out there that we were supposed to like get and never did. And he's hoping that it comes out for Christmas or something before the season starts. I've never, but the only person I've heard about the extra episode from is him.
When does the season start?
February 14th.
Oh, did they finally announce it? Huh?
Yep, Valentine's Day.
Nice. I don't know if you guys have seen Yellow Jackets.
Yes.
I'll probably
That's
be
the
watching.
first season.
It's
Yeah,
highly suggested from me anyway.
Yes. Second
I,
that.
w- I watched it all. It is. It's. You know what? So if have you watched Game of Thrones? You watched the first season of Game of Thrones?
Oh yeah.
Oh, the whole thing.
So the one of the things that I liked about Game of Thrones is that they set up the the natural world before you experience the supernatural world.
Oh yeah.
With Yellow Jackets, what you get is you get a situation where you don't know what's natural or supernatural.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they leave it very
Ambiguous.
yes. Good
That's the
word.
word. That's the word. Yeah.
You don't know what the fuck you're seeing.
You don't
You
you don't
see
even know if there's actual supernaturalness to it. You just they kind of play it like there might be.
Like it's either
Maybe.
supernatural or they're all going crazy because they're in that place and having to do horrible things like eat people and all that to survive, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's excellent writing as far as the ambiguousness, if that's a word, that that they add as far as when they go back in memories and try to explain what happened and what didn't happen and what's going on versus the present time and stuff like that. And then you you were also saying that you heard that one of the actors may not want to continue.
Well, that happened already. One of the
Okay.
actresses, yeah, she opted out.
Who?
And who's the chick that was in oh my god.
From a Fallout chick.
Juliette Lewis?
Yes.
Which one is it?
She didn't
young
like the way
girl.
the character was going and she chose to leave.
She's the white trash little girl that
Yeah,
Oh,
that
but
hung
she's-
themselves or something.
but she's not the little girl. She's the older version.
older. Okay, she didn't want to do it. Okay, that's crazy.
Like what they were
I
doing
can.
with the character.
I don't see why not.
There was a lot of issues with that show. The women was fighting over money, and yeah, it was. I don't think they really liked each other very much.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
They didn't like each other.
I don't think so, because there was always issues.
That's
That's why it
unfortunate.
took so long for us to get it.
They looked like they were all at odds with each other anyway, so I guess maybe that's why nobody notices it because the characters themselves are at odds with each other and fighting.
Because it's a show like From. It doesn't take much to film. It's not on some, and I think it's even filmed in it's around the same type of area in Nova Scotia. Like, we got a whole season of From that came and went, and we still haven't gotten Yellow Jackets.
Well, the problem I feel like would be like that they have to split their shoots because it's in Yellow Jackets, you're half the time they're young, half the time they're older. Where in From you just have the same cast all the time. And most of From was filmed before the writer's strike. And they
Was
didn't
it?
have
I thought they started after.
I thought they shot like most of it beforehand and that they still once the writer's strike hit they had to stop. I could be wrong. Don't quote me.
Don't quote me either. I just thought like it started in I don't know.
So, what'd you say about the writer's strike?
Oh, that like I think from a lot of it of From was filmed before the writer's strike, and they had just finishing touches or like a few episodes to film after the writer's strike ended.
You want to know something funny? So, From is written by the same people that wrote Lost,
Yeah,
and they got hit by a writer's strike too.
yeah. I was watching.
Another lost
That
connection.
I was
Yeah,
watching.
another meta Lost connection because that happened in real life.
I was watching Lost when that happened. I was watching Heroes when that happened.
Yeah, heroes get hit.
was awesome.
Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
They destroyed Heroes.
Oh, that was
That was
so.
my favorite show at one time.
Heroes was so good.
Cheerleaders save the fucking world. Who
Ooh.
doesn't know that line?
The first 2 seasons were so good, and the third season was so cut short.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then that fourth season was.
yeah,
I
but could
agree.
you
That first season
imagine
was good.
if that show got to
That would be a nice rewatch.
full potential? That would have been an amazing fucking show.
Didn't
Well-
they make a spinoff though?
Well, they
Yeah,
tried to
they got
reboot it.
a reboot.
Yeah, they tried to reboot it years later, and it just never caught.
It sucked. No, it sucked.
I didn't watch it.
I did. It sucked. It
It
was the
wasn't the
kids.
same.
No, it was the kids of the people then, and it was just dumb. Because nobody wanted to see these new characters. We wanted to see Peter Petrelli and the cheerleader and
the
Horn
Empath.
Glasses.
I love the time traveler guy. He's awesome.
Hero.
Yes.
Yes, he was my
nothing
favorite.
I like the whipped cream bikini girl.
more.
And can never be mad at that.
I don't remember that.
No, that didn't happen in the show. She played a character in a movie called Varsity Blues.
Oh,
Yep.
you talking about the cheerleader,
Yeah. She was a cheerleader in Varsity Blues.
Hayden Panettiere?
No,
No, the chick who had the 20,000 personalities.
Allie Larder.
Oh,
Allie Larder is her name.
okay.
She was super strong, and she also, for a
Yeah.
time, had ice. Or her twin had
Yeah.
ice, or I don't
Her
remember.
quadruplets. Did you guys ever watch a show called Grimm?
I heard of it. I know what show you're talking about, but no.
Grim? Like the Grim Reaper
Yeah.
one with the girl that was a Grim
No, it's just called Grimm. It was if you like fairy tale type of stuff and like and I'm talking about the Grimm fairy tales. Like that's what it's based off
Oh,
of.
yeah. I think I started
And
to
this-
watch that.
This guy is something called a Grimm, and they're the ones that kind of take care of these beings, and there's like werewolves and crazy shit, but you get to see how they blend into the real world, like how they get to exist, and we know nothing about them. Like it's really cool. So he's a Grimm, and he's special, so he can see them, and like it's really really interesting. So if you like Grimm fairy tales, it's pretty interesting.
I like the movie that was made. I forget what it was called, but it was about the Grimm fairy tales, and it had Heath Ledger in it. Remember that one?
The Brothers
Mhm.
Grimm?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brothers Grimm.
that one was good.
Matt Damon was in that, I think, too.
Yeah, that one was trippy.
But same kind of concept. Like if you like that stuff, the TV show Grimm was really really good.
Oh,
And it
another
had like 5 or 6 seasons.
TV show I'm waiting for the second season on is, and I know Dana has watched it, but not too many other people have caught it. But All of Us Are Dead.
Yes.
That's a good
Yes.
one. I think they're coming out with a season 2 for that. That's a zombie one at the school, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
I love that one.
it is so good.
Them
I
singing
can't
on the
wait for that.
rooftop, that was really cool.
like the hybrid friggin' zombies.
Yeah, I can't wait till the second season comes out.
Me either.
Yeah,
What's
I
the
can't
name
wait
of
for
that
that
one?
to be
All
announced.
of Us Are Dead.
All of
Yeah.
us
All
are
of us are
dead.
dead.
It's on
I'll-
Netflix.
I'll pre-warn you, it's a Korean show, so it's like
Subtitles.
yeah. I think they have voiceovers, American
It's on
voiceovers,
Netflix, so yeah, I think they have voiceovers.
but I mean, it's like old kung fu style voiceovers. You know, they don't exactly match right.
I love the Korean ones. There's a lot of good ones on there.
Kingdom,
There are.
Hellbound is a good one.
Kingdom.
Yes, Kingdom is awesome.
Kingdom. I heard Kingdom. I heard Jeremy say Kingdom was good.
Yes. And there's rustling. There's rustling.
I haven't
There
heard of
hasn't
that.
been. Yeah, because the guy who played in Kingdom got in a lot of trouble. And,
Really?
like trouble here that nobody would give a shit, but in Korea is like a big like no. He got involved in like drugs and stuff, and like
Yeah.
that's a no in Korea.
Yeah, they don't play around in
was-
Korea. The kids have to be the top everything over there.
So things for Kingdom kind of went dark for a really long time ever since the actor whatever got in trouble. But there's finally like rustling.
What's up? Anybody in the chat? Y'all got questions? Throw them out there. We listening. But yeah, I heard Kingdom was nice.
I can't wait for the final season of Alice in Borderland.
Oh, I love
Alice Borderland. Haven't seen that one.
I haven't seen that one either.
Oh my god! If you like All of Us Are Dead, you're gonna like Alice in Borderland, and it's based off of a manga.
I might have
But
to check
it's
it out.
really good.
Has
check
anybody
out
seen-
Hellbound, okay? Check out Hellbound.
Yeah, Hellbound's good too. Sweet
Yeah.
Home is good. Parasite is good. There's so
Paras-
many good Korean shows.
Parasite, is that one based off a manga too? Or an
Yeah,
anime?
it's
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Are you talking about the anime is good, or are you talking about the live action?
Both.
Hmm.
Parasite, both. They changed it a little bit for the TV show, but what don't they
Arcane
do?
is good.
Oh yeah, I just watched the second season of that.
I just got started. I haven't finished it all, but I'm liking it so far.
I thoroughly enjoyed the first season, and the second season was okay. Wasn't my favorite though.
Okay, so it wasn't as good as the first season.
No, I don't think so. I mean, to each their own, but you know.
You should try out Squid Game. That one's pretty good.
Ooh, that is a good one.
I keep hearing about it. I haven't tried that one yet.
That
The new
season's, I
season's
think, is
coming out
starting
soon.
Yeah,
I heard
Yeah.
that too.
they're promoting it all over the place. But yeah, there's so many good Korean shows.
Yeah, Koreans are really doing TV right now.
Yeah. And if you like action shows, I don't think you could find. I think I literally found it on some obscure like Asian website that I'm subscribed to just to watch some of the stuff that I watch. Taxi Driver. If you like fighting, action, just seeing just good fight scenes and awesome like show, check out Taxi Driver.
Is that based off of De Niro's?
No,
Movie?
it's
The movie.
it's the kid in it's almost like a Batman type. Like they go out and help people who can't help themselves, but they go like undercover to do it, and he's got to take on like all these different personalities sometimes, but he beats up a lot of people because in Korea you could do that. So he just like literally everywhere he goes, he just beats the shit out of just people.
Hey, I recommend. I mean, if you the type of person that can watch animation, Castlevania, both seasons,
Ooh, I watched that.
Yep.
both seasons,
I,
great.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
I highly suggest if you like animation, Solo Leveling.
Hey, can I just say this? So you watched both seasons?
Yeah.
I haven't had anybody to talk to about this. At the very end, I don't want to spoil it for nobody. At the very end, hey, he came back, didn't he? I was waiting the whole season. I was like, where is he? Where is he? And then he
Who you
white
talking
hair,
about?
white hair.
I can't think of his name.
I can't
You,
either. It's
you,
been so
you don't
long.
have to think of his name. Just you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the son, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, that scene right there, that brought it back for me. I was like, yeah, this is a good series, and I can't wait for a third season. But I haven't heard nothing about it.
I
I
haven't
don't
heard
know if they're.
anything either.
I don't know if they're going to do a third one.
That's unfortunate. It's like having Fallout and not having a second season of Fallout.
Oh my gosh, Fallout was so good. I didn't expect it to be that good.
Yeah,
A lot of people said that.
it was that good.
I've seen it. I've seen it, but I know nothing about the video games.
You don't have to.
Yeah,
It's still that good.
I know that's why I'm saying even someone like me enjoyed it. I feel
Oh,
like I was
okay.
able to like watch, like learn about the video game.
It's a good translation too, as far as what the game is about overall, and kind of how you, because it's kind of like you get in there and just do what you want to do, make your own game, but you're in that world that's got that kind of charm and kind of goofiness to it,
yeah.
almost.
It hits on the game really well. Like it's probably the best video game franchise I've ever seen made into a TV show or a movie.
Really?
I think, yeah, best adaptation I can think of. Well, you get that, and then Last of Us. Last of Us was so I hadn't played Last of Us before, but after I watched the show, I went back and played Last of Us, and it's almost like a one for one recreation, almost, almost,
Almost.
yeah, almost.
I do not even want to watch season 2 of that.
You didn't like it?
I just know what's going to happen because I played The Last of Us 1 and 2.
I haven't played too.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 is very, very divisive.
I know why, but I haven't played it,
Hey,
so I don't know like the step by steps, but I know the big swipes. I'll say that.
yeah. Yeah, that's I can't believe they did that in the second game, and I feel like they're going to do it in the second season, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Well, guys, I gotta go. I've got an unruly puppers right now.
Hey man, thank you for joining in. I appreciate it.
Oh,
I
no
really
problem.
do.
Thanks for having me.
I am off to bed myself.
I was telling Dana, I was like, oh shit, I thought we were just in a back room. I didn't know we were live like for the first half hour.
Well, hey, I appreciate it, man. Once again, and you too, Dana. Like, really, I do. And anytime in the future, anything you want to do as far as coming through, you always welcome with me. You know that.
Oh,
Same
thank
thing
you.
with you, Crash. Amy, if you want to cut out, that's fine. If you want to hang with me, that's fine. I can keep talking. I'm down to have a conversation.
It was really nice to meet you, Ray. It was really nice to meet you, Amy. Dana,
Nice to meet
Stouffer's
you
for
guys.
life.
Homemade for life.
All right. I'll talk to y'all next time.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Good to
Cool,
see
Good
cool,
night, guys.
cool. You still hearing?
you. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So, you want to get back on the from?
Yeah, let's get back on there.
Okay. So, tell me where your mind is at. Like after everything that has been talked about on the 10-person live, um, also tonight, the things we brought up. Is there anything that's still like on your mind?
I don't really
Still like
remember.
nagging at you?
Well, I don't really remember all of what was being talked about.
Well, skip that part. What is there anything that's still nagging at you?
Um, yeah, I'm thinking that the people in the town that killed their kids to get eternal life. I think that they were doing more than just that. I think that they not just did that to get eternal life, but to be able to time travel or be able to open up a portal.
When you say portal, you mean like uh, a way to get in and out of from, or
Yeah, the bottle trees and like all the time and everything that the time travel.
that's the curious part for me because I'm wondering how did they get in and out of from? How did Tabitha get in and out? That's one thing that's really nagging at me.
I think that everybody that's brought into From are special and that they're supposed to remember who they are and not let the town win, and that's how they I think they're chosen and brought into From to fight and free everybody or free the kids.
Now, one little theory that I had, or one thing that was on my mind as far as Julie jumping back and forth, was that maybe she's trying to correct things if she can go back and correct things. And the car that ran into her and Henry, Julie was driving it. What do you think about that?
The car that ran into Henry, you think maybe
Yeah,
Julie was driving it?
yeah,
It's
to to,
possible because I
to
don't think they
cause a
really showed.
situation.
Yeah, I don't think they really showed who was driving in the other vehicle, so it could have been her.
And I was running it by Baby Clay, and he brought up a good point. But when I thought more about it, the boy in white was outside of. Well, the boy in white was in that. If we're thinking that that's the real world, the boy in white was in that same world. So Julie could be time walking in that world just like the boy in white.
Could be. And then also maybe the boy in white caused the accident to bring back Tabitha and Henry with her.
Yeah, maybe he did something to like maybe stand in the road when that truck was coming up to make him swerve and hit Henry or something like that.
Because she had to come back. So,
With Henry for some reason, or maybe he knew that let me say this too. So maybe one thing that I noticed is that the world with From seems to be working on a long range time scale.
mhm.
Um, they're not thinking about things from day to day. It's thinking about how does this affect this, and how's that going to affect that, and that's going to affect that, like in a domino effect. So some kind of way, it may have affected things to where it knew it was going to cause an accident with Henry, and then that was also going to be done uh or it was going to cause a situation where they're going to end up on the ambulance and then end back and from.
Yeah, I think it
Kind of
was
like,
no.
I'm sorry.
I think it was planned out for them to come back for sure. And I don't know
Yeah,
why Henry needs to be there, but maybe he might be able to help them get home or something. I don't know.
yeah. Henry is another player in this game. I think he may be another reincarnation. I don't understand why
Mhm.
Tabitha is a reincarnation of Miranda, but she keeps making these bracelets for these husbands that are not the one that she had the child with.
I don't know. All the husbands would be Jade, basically. Um,
They should be, but they're not though, because
right,
um, Henry wasn't Christopher, because
right.
Christopher is supposed to be the husband, and
She got
then
four husbands.
Jim is not Jade.
Yeah, Jim is like Henry, basically.
Yeah, Tabitha is a spiritual polygamist.
Yeah. Oh my God. 4 baby kids. She's gonna have a
Yeah,
lot of kids, come Thanksgiving or whatever.
yeah,
Like Cooey kid and probably Thomas might show up out of there.
yeah, yeah. You're right. What if she had two kids with every? Well, what? Yeah, what if she had two kids with every baby daddy? That means she
Oh
have
no.
like 8 kids.
Oh my
She
God.
octo mom.
Right. That's crazy. Yeah.
The Jade scenario, I think, is gonna get interesting. We got a situation where Jim is not around no more, and Jade's probably gonna feel obligated to not like romantically step in, but he might feel like obligated to step in to help out because that Jim just died, and they may turn into a romantic situation.
I think it will. I mean, I kind of I'm like the weird one out of the group that I like the romance in this show, but most people don't like it.
The shipping,
Yeah, I do all that.
you're a shipper.
Yeah.
It's all right. Go ship away. Tell me about it.
Now, but like I didn't really like Jim, but that last episode when he died, like when went back to everything and just seeing how Jim was, it to me it was like Jim was like still in love with Tabitha, and he didn't want to leave town because he knew that he would have to get a divorce, but he didn't know how to go about like helping or communicating or anything. So he just made things worse a lot of the time. He wasn't communicating what he needed to do. So then that last episode before he died, he finally did all of that, which is great, but it makes me sad. Like, I don't know, it just makes me sad.
So, I mean, so that goes back to the foreshadowing. I mean, I kind of seen it coming as soon as he changed his attitude.
Yeah,
I
like
was like,
the episode before, every
yeah,
he was saying his goodbyes to everybody.
that Jim's about to die.
Yeah, it was too obvious. But what if Jade comes back? I mean, not Jim. Jade. What if Jim comes back as a ghost? And let's just say, like, him and Jade and Tabitha are kissing or something. He pops up.
Could be, or like we saw, Julie keeps going back trying to save her dad, so for her mom and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm sure one thing, I got to give shout outs to Baby Clay because one thing that he brought up was the fact that Ethan is going to be devastated, and I hadn't even thought about that.
Oh,
Like
yeah. It's going to be
his
awful.
this yeah, his dad just got killed. He's going to be messed up.
Yeah. And hopefully
And,
Jade and Tabitha don't go on too quickly. Like,
well, that's what I was going to
relationship,
say. That's
because
another
they're
reason.
going to be mad. Like, they're going to be like mean mugging, Jade or something at that point.
It's another reason why Jay may step in because he may be feeling sorry for Ethan. We got Ethan out here, feeling like he ain't got no dad no more. His dad just got killed, and it might have been his fault a little bit, and because he was trying to help figure out the puzzle, and you know,
I feel a lot of the hate's gonna come from Julie though. I think he's
I
gonna
think
have an easier time with Ethan moving into stepdaddy, but yeah.
I think Julie Julie is gonna. I don't know. I feel like that's gonna push Julie towards using her time powers more.
Try to get her
Yeah,
dad back. Yeah.
yeah. And somebody earlier brought up a situation where they said that the teenage monster was saying, "Hey, Julie, you remember me?"
Oh yeah. It looks kind of like Ethan, don't it?
Well, that could be Ethan, or they brought up the fact that he was kind of young, and why would he sacrifice his child to get eternal life? But I'm thinking maybe Julie went back, and that was her boyfriend, and they sacrificed their child,
Maybe.
or he sacrificed the child.
Or like I don't know. It's weird how I think at some point she goes and sees that guy for him to
That's
be
what I
like,
mean.
"Hey, hi, Julie," or something. I don't know. I mean, like in the clip though, Jill, the character or the actress for Julie was saying that it was an old boyfriend or something, but I don't know. Like it could just be, there could be more to that, or like the writers could use that to add something more.
Yeah, I agree. That opens up so many avenues and so many pathways for different storytelling that can make sense and bring it all together in the end. Because with Lost, like you said, you're on the Panda Bear episode.
Yeah, like episode 4 of the season 1, somewhere in there.
Okay, so you're just getting started.
hmm
Yeah, so the Panda Bear, like I said, it gets explained.
hmm
And I don't, I
Last,
don't want,
oh, okay.
I don't
Sorry,
want to spoil it. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
it's okay. What was I saying? Oh, I don't even know. Oh, last night I went and rewatched the last episode of From. Then I went back and watched the first episode of From. It's really cool if you do that. Because then, like that scene where it's going back to the RV of him talking, it'll pop back up. And then, like, I was seeing all these connections of, like, how everything's been like a foreshadow of him dying.
What do you mean as far as the RV?
Oh, I was on, I don't know if it was your live, but I don't remember nothing half the time. But I was on this live the other day, and the guy, they pulled up a clip of, um, they pulled up a clip of Jim hanging upside down in the tower. And when he opened his mouth, a car horn sound came out. And when Jim died, he was at the RV. So
Okay, yeah,
there's
where
like
we were
a
trying to figure
connection.
out if the RP was on his side or not.
No,
Okay,
it's
this
a
is different.
connection between foreshadowing or like foreshadowing that Jim was going to die. Because like in the first season, there's a clip of Jim hanging upside down inside of the tower in Tabitha's vision, and he opens his mouth and it's a car horn sound.
Yeah,
And
kind of like
yeah,
a foghorn or a RV horn.
something like I think it was like that, the RV horn. And so whenever he died in this last episode, he was at the RV when the man in yellow killed him. So the show has given us like little clues, like little Easter eggs, like foreshadowing that event.
Yeah, she had other visions too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember Ethan because I watched the first episode. Ethan, like he was having seizures, and I remember later he talked about seeing giant spiders and scarecrows and things like that. But we haven't seen any giant spiders. We've only seen the little bitty spiders, like the one that bit Boyd. So I don't know where that's going to go.
You know one thing about spiders. Hold on one second. Spiders, like the mother spider, sometimes they'll have like baby spiders that they carry on them, or even that they put maybe in a sack, and then there'll be there'll be like a million little spiders, basically. So there could be like a mother spider out there.
It could be. And did you see that part in the chat or in Discord where it was showing the back of Smiley, what he was, that thing that he was encased in when he was born, that red thing that was on him? Like, I don't know what it looked like, but they like compared that to the cave drawings of that.
Yeah, I think there was was it Parkland?
I think so. But like,
Yeah,
it looks a lot alike.
it did. It did. How they framed it, it definitely did. I did see that.
And you remember back in, speaking of the caves, where it shows the people in the boats, like with their arms up in the air, and they're like, there's water, there's a body of water. There's been a lot of like the drawings, if you go back and look, there's people like on top of it. There's somebody on top of a house where there's water, like a body of water below them. And then the kimono lady showed Boyd a picture of his house, but without the boat. Now, this is what I think. I think Boyd was sent to save people in the boat when it floods. And that's my theory.
Where's the boat?
I don't know. Like, they could make a boat. They could build a boat. I mean, they've been talking about it being like biblical references like since season 1.
Get kind of like an arc.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That he's going to either build a boat or maybe a boat shows up over there. I don't know, but I think that he's destined to save the town with his boat.
I think there could be something dealing with a boat. I definitely agree with that because of so you got the episode where Ellis and Abby were riding with Boyd.
Mm-hmm.
They got him the boat. And I didn't realize this for a while after watching this last episode what that picture meant. When he said that it was a picture of his house without the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where they were going. They were going to that house on their way when they got trapped in front. They were on their way to that house,
Mm-hmm.
and the boat was supposed to be there, and they were surprising him.
Oh yeah.
So it took me a minute to put that together.
But have you seen the drawings with the flood when they're on top of the house?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's what I think, though. I think that I mean, he's Mr. Fish and Loaves. You know what I mean? You know the biblical reference to that, right? Where
you multiply the fish.
Mm-hmm. So I think that has a lot to. There's a connection there, and that's what I think that. And I saw like videos on YouTube of theories and channels talking about how that they'll be able to escape from if they can get in the boat and then go over the water and then go over it lead it out from. I don't know, but it's a possibility, and that's what I'm thinking that's going to happen.
I think so too. I can definitely get behind that because there's a lot of boat references Like, there's probably some that I'm not thinking of. Now,
Mhm.
I'm sure there is. And then there's also references of floods and water and stuff like that with the drawings.
Yep. If you go back into season 1, there's like at least one or several clips of Boyd. Whenever it shows his background, there's a boat in one of the drawings or paintings on the wall. Hmm.
And then also, I give you one other. You know what? Damn it! I don't want to spoil this for you, but in Lost, there's so the character that Boyd plays in Lost. Um, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember what his name was.
I don't remember. He had a little boy and had a dog.
Yeah, Walt was the son's name.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his name, but the character he plays, there is a significance with that character in boats.
Oh yeah, Dana was talking about the connections. So I wasn't really
Yeah,
too interested in Lost until I found out that the same writers made From. But then whenever Dana and them were talking about all the connections, that made me more excited to check out Lost. So I'm gonna start watching that.
yeah. There's a lot of connections, even in that meta connection, like I said, they had a writer's strike. That's so weird. They had a writer's strike when they were writing Lost, and then they had a writer's strike when they're writing the same creators when they're writing From. I
Huh.
mean, not From, but yeah,
Lost.
From. Yeah, From. They did have one.
Hmm. That's crazy because I thought that the writer's strike was only affecting America. I didn't know it was going to like connect all the way down to the Canadian area.
Well, some of the actors are American, so I think that's where it comes into play.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, the Canadian actors, I don't think it affects them, but the American actors it affects them because they're part of like a guild or something like that, or a union.
Writers Union or something. Guild,
Yeah,
Writers Guild.
something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be
Uh,
cool though towards the end of From if they made like either a crossover or like something to connect the two. That would be really cool. And I know the fans would love that, so I think that they will do that, honestly.
say that one more time.
Since the fans of From watched not all of them watched Lost, but the ones that did and they watched both shows, I think the writers will at some point come into play and try to connect the two, maybe
I
towards the end of
agree.
the series or
I,
something.
I looked it up and I tried to find out who owns the rights to Lost, and I could not find it online because I was curious to see if the writers own the rights to Lost, then they have the right to do something like that. But I
Hmm.
couldn't find a connection. But somebody told me that they do have some type of rights to that.
Okay, so I went to Google and it says ABC and by extension its parent company Disney own the rights to Lost.
Mm.
Oh no. So basically Disney owns them because ABC lost all the rights to it.
If they tied it to Lost, that would be like the most unique thing that's been done in television in a long time.
That would be good,
If they could pull it off.
right?
Because not only would it have to be tied to Lost, it would have to be good.
Oh yeah.
Couldn't be done in a cheap way. It have to. Now, if they brought some other characters back from Lost, I bet people's jaw would drop.
Um, yeah, that would be awesome.
Like if they brought back Jack or Hurley or any of them. Kate Sawyer.
I realized that that guy Ian Somerhalder that played in Vampire Diaries played in Lost, and then I looked back and I realized that the guy that plays Jade
Yeah,
and Ian Somerhalder played on the Vampire Diaries together.
that's not the same guy.
What do you mean?
So who is see I haven't watched Vampire
Oh,
Diaries. Ian.
Ian
Okay.
Somerhalder played in Vampire Diaries. He played Damien. I can't remember what character he played in Lost because I've only watched a couple of episodes, but he was one of the actors that played in Lost. He was the guy with the bigger ears, like his ears stick out. One of the guys.
Okay, look it up. You said Ian Somerhalder.
Yeah, he played in Lost too.
Okay, yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I was surprised to see him in there. I was like, I didn't know he played in that.
Yeah, they have a lot of connections. Like I said, I would like to see some other characters from Lost in there,
His name was
but
Boone Carly or something. He played a character Boone in Lost.
yeah, boom.
Hmm.
Now I like it when I watch a show that has characters in it that I really haven't seen in other shows. Like they're new, like fresh faces. And that's what I'm getting from Lost. There's a lot of people that I haven't seen in other stuff, and they're doing a good job.
Oh
Like
yeah,
Kenny, uh, Victor, Henry.
oh yeah, they're
Like
good actors.
I can go down and listen. I mean, Boyd at the top. Boyd is actually like a Henry Harold Paranoid, if I'm
Mhm.
saying it correctly. He is an excellent actor. I, one of my favorite movies is um, Romeo and Juliet
Oh
with
my god,
yeah
same.
with uh yeah with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes, he played Mercutio or something like that.
Yeah,
I when I was a
Mercutio or
kid,
something like that.
when I was a kid, I would sing along with him on the movie.
He is a good actor. Like he did his thing in that. He was in Oz. Uh, I'm trying to think what else he was in. He was in The Wire. Like he was in all kind of stuff. He always did like a good job. He was in Lost.
Yeah, I don't think I watched Oz. Never watched that. I only seen him in Romeo and Juliet, and then recently Lost. But apparently he was in the 28 Weeks Later movie. I don't remember him being in that. That was a good movie.
Yeah. 28 weeks later, he was in uh The Best Man.
Hmm. He was in Constantine, the show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
These guys are
Constantine is a good
versatile.
movie. Mhm. Yeah, the
I,
Constantine show was really good. Did you watch that?
I have not watched the show. I seen the Keanu Reeves movie, but not the show.
Oh yeah, the show was really good.
I need to give it a try. Like that's one thing that I'm kind of putting on my list. I keep hearing about it.
Hmm. Yeah.
I,
And then the show Evil is good too. Have you seen that?
I have not. Have you seen the whole thing?
Yes, I watched the whole thing. I couldn't
No, I
stop
have.
watching it. I was like hooked.
Is that good?
It is that good. It's called Evil. But you can watch it on Netflix, but I think that they have the rest of the show on Paramount Plus, where you can watch all seasons. I think is there 5? Let me check.
Yeah, my brother and my sister keep telling me that it's a good show.
And apparently, one of the guys that plays the bad guy and Evil played in Lost as well.
Ben Linus, yeah.
Yeah,
That's the other reason I want to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I might have spoiled it for you. Because you had episode 4, you might not have met him yet.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't met him yet. I'm gonna start watching it though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the guy that you're talking about that's in Evil, I don't think you've met him yet in Lost.
No.
But his performance in Lost is really good.
Mm-hmm.
It carries probably about 2-3 seasons.
Mm-hmm. Well, then I gotta get my meds so I can go to sleep soon.
Hey, go ahead. I think we just got one viewer, so nothing lost there.
Okay.
I am going to try to stream in it like probably in the next day or two. If I send you a stream link, you feel like streaming?
Sure.
Yeah, I need some people to get with me. I think Baby Clay was supposed to get with me. He probably got tired and went to sleep.
Probably.
But, no, that it happens. If you stream like this for like a couple days, it can wear on you.
Oh, I bet.
But I appreciate you getting on here with me. I do, and beating your shyness. So thank you.
Thanks. You're welcome. All right. Talk to you later.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.